Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being with me for that long. Today I will be working on the super nice Nakamichi RX-505, which came in the original box, and it's really in a very beautiful shape, like no scratches. It's international model with multi-voltage, so it can be switched for 120 to 140, I believe, and so on the back. Because it's international model, I cannot tell you the year because I'm not well aware about numbering. On American models, they put a sticker with the year when it was brought into the country. With this model, it's like 10,000 something serial number. So I just turn it on. It tries to work. You see, counter doesn't work, but I'm already checked it up. That the real motor cannot spin the reels. That's why. So you see, fast forward, rewind. It cannot move. All right. So, no, it cannot move play as well. But it can rotate the tape. That's already a good sign. Alright, I checked all the buttons. Looks like buttons work. So what I will be doing with this deck? This deck is of my friend, so I will be doing exactly the same upgrades which I did with my RX-505. Because with installing WIMA capacitors, this deck is super sonically good with a huge range from low bass to top highs, very linear, very close to the original, very detailed, and reproduction of the high frequencies is super good. You can hear the stage. You can hear the details of the drum heads, drum pads, and so on. It's really good. So that is request. So now let me start working on it. I would need to remove top panel, front panel, and fully rebuild the tape transport. Make sure that everything lubricated and works well like new. And right after that, we will start the recapping process. So see you in a moment. All right. Continue disassembly. I released the wires. There was multiple zip ties. Those are not original. Someone was already working on this deck. This means that it was serviced. Looking into the belts, it's slipping a little bit. You see, I can rotate one capstan and the other is not rotating. So belt is relaxed, but you see it looks like original. So it's maybe serviced somewhere on Nakamichi service. This belt is still not too much stretched, still should work. Pinch roller arms are moving. That's a good sign. They're not stuck. All right. This suggests me that usage hours probably maybe not big, and it just stopped working a few years ago. Not was sitting for 20 years in a stuck position. Now I'm already disconnected these panels, and I'm going to remove the tape transport to get to the tape ejection mechanism. So that's how everything is looking inside. You may see really nice deck. One of my favorite decks, because that's the model when we have this triangle put here, which holds tape transport in place, and that's should exclude any transport damage, because in other models transport sits only on the front screws, 4 screws, and there is no support on the back, and when deck gets dropped, it just can break these plastic pins and you have a broken deck. All right, good. Let me pull out tape transport and let's start working on the tape ejection mechanism. See you soon. All right. Today I decided to go a more complex way and pull out the rotation mechanism out just to see how complex it is. And it's technically adds work than comparing to what I was working in place, not removing it fully and just cleaning, lubricating it in place. So this board has to be fully disconnected. Two rear screws, front screws and bottom screws on the front, and plus some minor tweaks, and you can pull it out, and it will look like that. See? And now I can remove the body and work on it more convenient way. But again, I spend more time on disassembly, so considering hours wise, it probably would be the same. All right. And here is the tape transport. I pulled it out. So let me continue and see you in a moment. All right. I continue disassembly. Just pull out this mechanism. Don't be scared. So there is a mark on the gear and another mark right there. You see, triangle. So that's when you assemble. That's how you need to put gear so it would match with the rotation logic. All right, and it has another triangle here. I'm not sure why and who did it. So technically the triangles. So another triangle here. See, so this triangle should match, and I don't think it's original mark. It's someone did it, as I remember. So just triangles should match, and then it will work properly. All right. So lots of cleaning, disassembly, assembly. I will show you most important moments. You may refer to my other video. I was working already on 2 RX-505, and I did in place disassembly. So there's nothing different, just a little bit more convenient because I can rotate everything and work in more convenient way. See you soon. All right. I cleaned everything from the sticky lubricant, so it will look clean and nice. And now I can start assembly and applying lubricate when it's needed, a fresh one, so everything will move free and easy. So that's the big wheel, and it has rolling balls underneath, so it's very easy to rotate. That's rotating pulley, which needs to be lubricated because it rotates on this shaft. Here when you're assembling, you need to put these marks in front of each other so they match. All right, we'll see. And that's the reel with the position sensor. Okay, moving on. See you soon. Okay, everyone, I remember now, so when these two gears, large one and this control one, assembled, these two marks should coexist. And then when we will be assembling it further, right? So we still have this mark here, and when we will be assembling this roller here, you would need to put in position so they would merge. All right, so it will be like that. Okay, let me complete assembly and I will show you how it should look like. Here, you see this triangle, it should be right in the position for the other triangle here. And then we would be able to correctly assemble and tune everything. Right? Right? Now, see, these two coexist when this is approximately in the middle, right here, in this position. And when we assemble, if you assemble like that, how it was, right, then it will All right, if you assemble like that, it will be incorrect because like the rotation, you see. Oh, technically it can complete rotation. Here it's on the very bottom. All right, let me make it sure that it's assembled correctly, and we will move next. See you soon. Also, when you're validating it, so I just installed the pulley, so you should be able to rotate very easily, full cycle, end to end, to make sure that there is no any lock, any like tension, so it's not stuck anywhere, and so that's how everything should work. Very, very easy. So that would mean that motor would be able to pull everything quite easily. Okay, so you should do it before you do final assembly, because like then you will have to disconnect much more. And you see how this sensor rises and goes down, so that when tape install it, rotate it, install it, then we put sensor up to sensor user is like record protection or not. All right, moving on, let me complete assembly. See you soon. All right, so most of the mechanics assembled, so and we can just rotate the pulley in place of motor and see how everything works. It should be smooth and easy. No, technically there is no resistance, like everything goes very, very easy. So motor should be happy now, and it should go end to end, right, without any problem. When we assembling, the point is like to make all arrows to be aligned in line, in just one single line. That's it. You don't need any additional marks. But the mark which was in place is pretty precise. It's probably like 1 teeth off, but it can be adjusted by the ports on the board. So like 1 teeth is nothing. Like our goal is to make sure that it has like full rotation option, like, and don't obstacle the mechanics to work end to end. Okay. Because pot has like end positions, and that's where we want to make sure this pot will work, and at the same time it will not apply any tension in the end position to the mechanics. So okay, everything work here. I'm good to complete assembly, and we would be installing this into the deck, and then I will work on the transport itself and install it back easier. Okay, it's not that time consuming, but it requires some time. It's about 2 hours since I started to work, so I'm happy with what I'm achieving. Everything is clean, easy, nice results. I hope you guys can do the same quite easily as well. Alright, see you soon. Alright, that is the final assembly, which will go into the deck body, and it's work like that. So in one direction it just closes, and rotate in opposite direction it opens, it rotates to side B and closes properly. Alright, without any resistance, easy like that. Alright, done with this part. Now we will work on the tape transport, and then we will do quick assembly everything together. See you soon. Alright everyone, and here I'm working on the tape transport. It was not complex, this assembly. You see all belts keep the shape. Here is the heads. It has some wear, but not bad. Still lots of life left. So we'll do some cleaning here, reloop, and as you may see, in this deck we can separate fully both parts. They're not tied with multiple wires. That's cool. The difference here is the reels, so they have two sensors for rotation for one reel and for another. So as you may see, this is right there, those black pins. Alright, so now I will have to remove reels, remove the idler assembly and replace idler because it's hardened and doesn't work anymore. And then clean, lubricate everything here, install new belts, lubricate capstans, capstan bearings from the back and from the front. Those are separate bearings. They not go through, so they just insert about like maybe 6-7 millimeters deep from each side. Right? So make sure that you lubricate from both sides when you do it. And that, as it says that, see you soon. Alright guys, that was probably the hardest idler I ever encountered in Nakamichi decks. It looks to be original and it's pretty even hard to crack. Alright, you see, and here is a new idler installed. Alright, time to assembly. See you soon. Alright. Everything has been assembled. I verified that everything rotates properly, that we can pull up the heads, and pinch roller will come up and so on. So now it's time to assembly into the deck body and validate that everything works before we will do recapping. See you soon. And guys, assembly process looks like that. It's most convenient position when we can install. We have to lock these metal parts together. We have to put these ears to match the holes on the back. See, the boards are still disconnected. That's where I start attaching it right here. Then from the back, then we'll attach the boards and validate that everything works. See you soon. Alright everyone, I got everything assembled. Not tied this board yet because we need to do recapping, but let's see if it will work now. Okay, counter still on 0. Fast forward works, rewind works, and counter works. Okay, play back works, and counter will work as soon as this other reel will work. Looks like this sensor is for auto stop only, and this one is for counter. They are separate. Let's see. Alright. Let's see after reverse mechanism. Eject, reverse. Works nicely. Let's try to install the tape and see how it will perform now. Rewind, quick and easy, and quiet. Fast forward, and playback works. Woohoo! Great. Next, I need to clean up pinch rollers. It wasn't convenient to clean up while transport was disassembled. And after that, we will do some validation that there is no crackles from orange caps. We'll see everything else, and then we will do upgrade with WIMA capacitors. And this is the best upgrade for this deck. And I believe we can repeat success which I get with my deck. It's really good now. Alright, see you soon. Hello everyone, and continue working and tuning this deck. There was a couple surprises. One of the surprises was the like appearing and disappearing signal from the left channel, from the head, from the playback head. I was crowding through the wires, and it appears that this connector on the playback was the root cause, so I fixed that. Then I started to measure speed and wow, and flutter speed was like way off, like 3058 Hz, I believe. I adjusted the speed, but wow and flutter was terrible. It was huge wow between two capacitors, like when they get in resonance and go ahead. It was like wow, 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 wow. And like I was looking like how to fix that, like, and if you remember that on Nakamichi decks, the speed and main torque, like larger shaft capstan is the supply side. That's where it keeps. And like I decided to validate the torque on the take-up side. Let me pull up the tape. All right, and torque was at 60 grams. Which is higher than recommended. I believe the range is between 40 and 55. I put into 40 now, as you may see, not 40, at 50. As you may see, it's now at 50. And it's the lowest I can set. And this immediately, like, removed this like intercapstan wow and flutter. It was so big, and now it's pretty fine. And like I not measure yet by computer, but what I do, I measure by my ears, right? And now wow and flutter is way better. It still has a little bit, but it's much better than it was before. It was just like going up and down, like very significantly. Oh yeah, here it has a little bit again. But at least it is stable now on the oscilloscope, not jumping like crazy. I believe it's in range 0.07 to 0.08% from my experience, but I will measure it later. It's way better. It was jumping on the oscilloscope like crazy. All right, so good to learn. Every single deck, everything new surprises which we need to fight and understand what is the root cause. All right, I adjusted levels. Levels were off on the playback. Azimuth was off. I'm not sure why and who did touch it. So playback azimuth was like 1.5 wave off. Right now it's perfect, and like tapes play with Dolby B factory tapes play just super nice. I measured the frequency sweep, and it comes like comparing to Sony with elevation. Specifically, right channel goes like plus 2 decibel, left just plus 1 decibel to the Sony above 10 kilohertz. All right, so let me check up recording, tune it, and then like when I will recap, we would compare how it will change or will not change, right? I hope it will not, because like in my case with my deck, recapping didn't change much. It was like less than half decibel, as I remember. Maybe on high frequencies we gained a little bit, but that's what it is. The main difference is the sonic patterns, like these WIMA capacitors with film, like they really well work for high frequencies when like all waves come like they're separate, clear, and not mess up together. All right, let me do the work and see how it will perform. And guys, while I'm tuning, I want to talk with you about the echo or vibration effect, which lead to our later decks hide the cassette, hide the heads under thick layers of protection with dampers, with like double glasses, double doors, whenever they've been inventing. And that's how it works. So it's plastic screwdriver, and I just bumping on the head base. And you may see how these vibrations significantly affect the signal itself. You see? That's what I'm doing. I'm just gently, very gently bumping, and all these vibrations get into your amplifying channel. All right? So this is still important. So when your music is bumping, it affects the heads, like, and resonates, and that's how it gets back into your amplifier. All right? That's why they've been doing it. If you remember, many decks haven't had like open cassette initially in the end of 70s. Then they used covers, but still, like, we can see all tape. And then they've been reducing window, like, to the pretty teeny window in the middle, just to see how much tape is there. And some decks haven't like completely hide the cassette, and like to avoid any vibrations. If you remember Nakamichi 1000, the original one, it has even like door which was covered with some rubber material, not rubber. It's maybe like leather, something like that. All right, see you. All right, everyone. I just tuned all three tape types. Everything was off, like height of the record head was off. Azimuth, I technically adjusted azimuth before, so like it gets off when I adjusted the height. Now like everything looks to be fine. What I want to show you, rare case when on metal tape, TDKMA, we can adjust up to 3 decibel on the levels at 10 kilohertz. All right, so that's 0. That I'm putting fully max, like it reduces by 1 decibel. And here I go, this is middle, and go to the left. You may see it's up to 3 decibel rise on the high frequencies with this bias spot here. It's pretty rare case when on metal tape we have that big range. Okay, the only case I recap it was Victor TD V721, which has like the same large range on the metal tape. Okay, now you want to see how it's records. Oh wow, just lost us one channel again. You see, that is happening again. Like, probably this connector needs to be resoldered. I thought it's a virus. All right, so let's go 400 gears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1,400, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, in this case, I believe I need to check on 15 kilohertz. Let's adjust, not on 10, but on 15, because I don't like how it's look. All right, with this tape. Okay, done. And let's test again. We have levels, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keeps 16, 17, 18, 19, still keeps 20.4, half decibel drop, 21, another decibel, 22, another 2 decibels. Pretty good recorder with very good parameters, and it was metal tape recording and minus 20 decibel. All right, so next would be recapping, and then we will compare how it will record and play after recapping. Sorry, just almost dropped my iPad, and it would be good to go. See you soon. All right, everyone, recapping is complete. I'm testing the sound, and it sounds well. So that's the playback amplifier, that's the record amplifier, that's the input capacitors and filtering, that's the source tape switch, which is made on transistors in this deck, and that's the Dolby board. We have 4 capacitors to replace on this board, and it's all capacitors which affect sound in this deck, like when they are sound goes through them, like decoupling capacitors or coupling capacitors, who names it. Sounds really nice. Next, I will be comparing parameters if something did change after I did recapping. And deck will be complete. See you soon. Alright, that's where I'm starting testing, and that's the source. And tape, you see, begin like plus 1 decibel approximately on 400 Hz. Alright, I believe I need to start not with recording but with validating the playback level, if it changes or not. So let me pull up the tape and let's see playback level, if it's still the same. Yeah, playback is still the same. Good. So like on recording we gained approximately 1 decibel for the normal tape type. We will check the other tape types, and we will also check frequency response. So now recording, and I need to adjust to make it even. It's right here. Okay, 1 decibel is not much, it's just a little bit. And right here. Alright, now source, tape. No difference. That's pretty nice with the levels. Now let me set minus 20 decibel. And right here. Alright. And now frequency. Perfect. It skips, and 15 kilohertz. Let me see. Perfect. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 0.4, 21.4. You see, at normal tape, and it does good job recording all frequencies at the same levels. Just a little teeny rise to 15 because I tuned it like have about 0.8 decibel surplus for the normal tape. Alright, bias didn't change, that's a good sign. Now, next, let's go with home tape. 70 micro 7s. Done. And we're recording 400 Hz. And it's source, and it's tape. On this tape I don't see any changes. That's a good sign. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, I will probably adjust because I was tuning on 10, and on 10 it's a little bit different. Let me adjust it back. It's just a teeny bit. Alright. Now that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20.4. And on this tape you see the azimuth is, recording azimuth is a little bit different. Good. Done. Bias didn't change, level didn't change for this tape type. And the last one, TDK MA. Okay, this tape is tuned a little bit lower because particularly this series is minus 2 decibel on the level. It's, I believe, from Mexico tapes. So source tape minus 2 decibel. I tuned specifically because on other tape for metal it keeps levels pretty well. Alright, and frequency. So it's 400 Hz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20 is a little drop, 21, 22. Records pretty well. Done, so no changes. Alright, so sonically I like the WIMA capacitors more. Specifically, I have a tape which has been recorded on the Nakamichi Dragon, and those Dragon has been recopied with WIMA, and they pair like so nice. So like high frequencies is so crystal clear, you wouldn't believe me. Sorry, I cannot do much more due to YouTube. They continue to cut off my videos and I don't earn anything there. It plays really nice. Alright, so my friend, when he heard my RX-505, he found a good one and bring it to me to do the same. Alright. The only difference is that mine is fully recapped, so I replaced all capacitors in my RX-505. Alright, looks like we've done, everything works. I will assemble the deck and do some compare testing between my deck and this deck to hear if there are any differences in the sound. And that would be it. Let me assemble. See you soon. Hey guys. I was working more on this tape transport on the WRMS flutter, and that's a number I achieved, and I can speed increase it. I need to reduce it a little bit again. What it was going like between 0.08 and 0.11, right? And now it keeps around 0.07 and goes into 0.06 area, right? And interesting results. I was thinking more, I was going through instructions, and these two screws which holds the capstans on the back, I thought like what if they will be over tight, right? And it appears they are. There was no any free room. Like I did like pretty bare minimum of free room, like maybe 0.1 millimeter, bam. Wow, on flutter, even with the same belt, first of all, it stabilizes it. It's almost not goes like up or down, right? And now this one is from the belt coming, like. But today I cannot find a better belts for that. So that's the best. It's better than mine. So I probably will also check up mine to see if I can reduce one flutter even lower than it currently is. Alright, now I'm happy. I will tune up the frequency and it should be good. Great deck. See you soon. Alright guys, I'm adjusted the speed and now I'm measuring the recording, and it's Currently recording frequency sweep on type 1 tape. You may see perfectly well the sweep for minus 20 decibel, and it's currently working on minus 10. And then we will try 0 decibel as well, just to make sure that it's tuned perfectly. Alright, minus 10 is good to 15 kilohertz. Still not bad for type 1, really nice. And let's see 0. Will it keep to 10 kilohertz or will start degrade at 8? Because with the good heads, this deck is capable to record up to 10 kilohertz at 0 level and produce very crisp and detailed sound. So, but I like what I see. The left-right channel is really balanced, and there is no much deviation between them. So let's see, 1 kilohertz, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it records to 8 kilohertz and then drops on type 1 tape. Alright, it's still fine. Let me check other tape types. See you soon. Alright, here I'm recording type 2 and it's currently switched to 0 levels. But you may check response, how well balanced and linear between left-right channel. And this is TDK SA formulation when it has a rise between 2 and 8 kilohertz. It's just on every single deck. If you will go with Sony UX, this area will be flat here. Alright? Oops. It just missed some data, or it's just it's just hang. Oh my. Yeah, sometimes this happens with this program. Let's try again. 0 level frequency sweep. I'm not sure what causes that, but that's how it behaves. I'm not sure. It just stopped working. I don't know why. Alright, this software acts sporadically. Let me reconnect my ADC DAC setup and let's try one more time. Alright. Let's see what it gives us on the chrome tape. I believe it stopped working. Anyway, you have seen nice picture. Right now I see it's just missing data. I'm not sure. Levels are there, everything is rolling. This is the levels. For some reason application just stopped and work properly. Again miss. Again started from the beginning. Let's see this trace if it will work. That was a request from me and from other guys to make frequency sweep quicker. I don't believe it's that precise. No, repeats. Alright, good. I believe this is a sweet deck now, like it's fully tuned. If owner will decide to sell it, I will let you know. Thank you. See you soon. All right, everyone, and here is the deck finally assembled. That's the tape. Rewind, fast forward, play back. Really nice, great deck, very good heads. I was not in need to use any correction, and like on the board, factory correction is still intact, so this deck has a really great life left on it, so a really nice deck. Thanks for being with me. Subscribe to my channel. I really need more subscribers to move it forward. See you soon, and bye bye.